Evening. We are coming to you from the Egyptian Society of Pediatric Allergy in Cairo, Egypt, and I'm going to be interviewing a very famous lecturer who just completed giving us a very interesting lecture on biomarkers in the diagnosis and management of pediatric asthma, and that is Dr. Timothy Craig. He comes to us from the Penn State University in Hershey, Pennsylvania, where he is the program director of the Allergy and Immunology Program, professor of medicine and pediatrics. And for my first question, can you tell me what are the most recent developments in the area of using biomarkers for the diagnosis and management of pediatric asthma?
Yeah, before I answer the question though, I wanted to first thank the college for supporting me, and it's great to be here in Cairo with the Egyptian pediatric group. So it's really a nice opportunity, a lovely opportunity to visit Egypt. Well, the question is that what do I think are the biggest changes in biomarkers in asthma? And I think really the biggest changes are the utilization to designate specific individuals with asthma and which medications would work best for them, mainly the monoclonal antibodies, such as IL-5, periostin, also some of the other combinations of nitric oxide with eosinophils. And by using those biomarkers, we really homed into isolating certain therapies that would work great in certain individuals. So that's what I think the biggest developments are.
Thank you very much for that very complete answer. And now taking it more to the patient's perspective, what would you tell the patient that in the future, how will biomarkers really help them in their life? What difference will it make?
Well, I really think it's that 5 or 10% of severe asthmatics that really will benefit significantly from biomarkers. So we know that, for instance, if people on inhaled steroids and they're not responding well and they continue to have eosinophils in their blood or in the sputum, either way, that's the individual who might do really well with one of the anti-IL-5 medications. In turn, we know if you have periostin elevations and you're on inhaled steroids, that suggests that you're refractory to them and you may benefit from one of the monoclonals anti-IL-13. So really, I think that's the severe asthmatics, those people on what we consider good dose of inhaled steroids, still having their symptoms, still poorly controlled. Those are the individuals I think biomarkers are most important for.
Thank you. And what would be, in 2 sentences or less, the take-home messages for allergists and primary care physicians that you would like to leave us with?
Yes, I think that the medications coming up are very, very expensive. Most of the monoclonal, the biotherapies, if you want to refer to them as that. However, if we really do try to isolate markers such as the periostin, so we're sure those people who really benefit them will be on them. And the benefit will be not only making the patient better at decreasing exacerbations, but that decrease in exacerbations and decrease in ER visits, as well as hospitalization, makes up for the price of these monoclonals. So I think that is the real kind of summary of where I expect biomarkers and the newer therapies, the biotherapies, to be in the next 5 years.
And if you had to select one direction that future research should be directed toward, what area in terms of which biomarker would you think the money is going toward?
Well, you know, we have good biomarkers for that T2 type asthma, but for the T1 type asthma, or the neutrophilic asthma, or the asthma without any real obvious cell accumulations, those are the people that we really do need a new biomarker for. I shouldn't say a new biomarker, any biomarker for. So we have no way of really isolating what therapies would be best for that group of people. And that's a considerable amount. Some of the literature suggests 35, maybe even 45% of the patients out there aren't that T2 type of asthmatic. And we have no biomarkers at all for that T1 asthmatic yet.
And thank you very much for answering those questions. I hope the next time we do this interview, we'll have that new biomarker for T1 patients. And with that, we say good evening from Cairo, Egypt.
Thank you, Dana.